Welcome back to the channel, guys. We have a lot to discuss, so without further ado, let's jump right into it and see what the future holds.
Perfect.
Let's recap 2020 and see what the future plans are for 2021. I started this channel in 2013 with one video that I posted and never really reposted after that. I always wanted to film my cars and what they can do and how I'm enjoying them. I never really thought about posting them on YouTube or Instagram or anything like that. It was not until I met Braxton that he showed me how to actually set up and edit videos on YouTube or anything like that. I was always a perfectionist. With that came problems on posting and putting it on social media and all these other different platforms and stuff like that. So his exact words to me is if you never post it, nobody's ever going to actually see it. So with that being in mind, I went ahead and started posting videos and stuff like that on YouTube. I started out with a simple how-to video with Veronica. I did a bushing setup to where people could do polyurethane bushings on their CTS-V and stuff like that. So I started out with that one, and then I went from there. Several friends along the way in Germany helped me out with my car adventure, to include Kat, Dominique, Gabe, Cameron, Chris, David, Booker, and as well Misha from Apex Racing and Nick from Nurburgring. And a special mention to my AE friends. They've been with me ever since I was in Germany 7 years ago. So Patrick, June, all the different types of people that are in my car community that has stayed with me all the way up until this point. Veronica was the first one that I actually took to the ring, the Nurburgring. I'm very, very obsessed about the Nurburgring. And if it wasn't for people like David and Chris showing me and teaching me how to actually get on the Nurburgring, I probably would not be tracking cars like I am now. I was very inexperienced with the Nordschleife, as David could tell you. His first experience on the track with me was pretty rough. So with David, I also I met Misha and I met Nick as well, and we got together and we actually learned a lot from each other. Soon after that, I bought Michelle. Michelle is my M3 E46 track car. I bought it from Chris. Chris has been there with me actually to help me learn the Nordschleife, as well as taking me around on his car and his M2. So it became a good experience doing several laps on the ring while I could. And then 2020, obviously, with this pandemic going on, this COVID-19, it put a big damper on a lot of people, to include a lot of businesses at the Nordschleife, even my personal life in the Army. A lot of people was affected by it. And then since that pandemic happened, I wasn't able to actually go to the track anymore. So I started relying more on my friends that I've had for a while, Dominique, Gabe, and Cameron. They were the guys that actually helped me out with Veronica and Michelle, trying to get it put back together, trying to make it a better track car, trying to make it a better overall better car for the Nordschleife, so I ain't having to worry about going and something breaking and making sure that everything was reliable on the car. So thanks, big shout out for them. They helped me out a lot. Then I started receiving news about my father. My dad has not been doing too well in 2020 and here in 2021. Since that change, my dad, I was told, would not make it towards the end of the year. So I started stopping on my videos, stopping doing what I needed to help him out around the house, making sure that he's taken care of, as well as the property that he owns is taken care of. He has since then actually gave me everything that he has. So now I'm in control of everything to make sure that his whole entire house, his whole entire property, cars, everything is 100% no problems. So, since the pandemic and everything like that, my dad having issues, they decided that they needed to put me in Fort Benning, Georgia to help take care of him. So that's where I am now. While I've been here, taking care of my dad, shout out to my friend Chumma. Spent a few track days with him, Barber Motorsports Park, Atlanta, so on and so forth, just learning a lot of the tracks that are here locally. Nothing like obviously the Nordschleife, but him just giving me rides around in his M4, going to and from the track, stuff like that. And then obviously capping the year off with my dad driving my car. So that was a big deal for me because my dad has never really had a high horsepower car other than being on a drag strip. He never had it as an actual street car. So giving him that opportunity for his last ride in the car was pretty amazing. So with that being said, now we're here in 2021. So what are the future plans for what we have? Well, my father is not doing too well. He's getting worse and worse as the months go on. So I don't foresee 2021 being a good year for me. With me being close to retirement at age 38 in the Army, I love the Army. Only have 3.5 more years left in the Army, so being able to finish out my term with the Army and everything like that is going to be pretty amazing, and I can't wait to actually retire. I'll be the first one in my family to retire at age 38 before anybody else. So I've met a lot of new people in my life, to include Daily Dubs. They actually have a bug shop, which I'm going to get further and further into detail with that. And as well, Lance, he's getting a new wrap shop. Joey, Alli, all these different people that I've hang out with here in Fort Benning is something new for me. New plans for Veronica. So Veronica, there isn't very much that's going to be going on with her, being as a Cadillac CTS-V. It's really hard to get parts and afford them at the price that a Cadillac obviously has. But with the future plans for her, I would like to do some reliability mods. Obviously a ZL1 lid, new injectors, ice tank in the trunk, as well as making sure that we get an exhaust put on her, which I have the Lamborghini Aventador tip that came from America Motorsports that's going to be getting put on. And just pulley, cam, small little things here and there, but it's not going to be something that's going to be big over time. So new plans for Michelle. Michelle has to get put back together. She came from the shipping yard. I basically stripped her back down to bare shell to get the roll cage put back in her, get the seats put back in her, and then making sure that everything is safety-wise is good to go for the track. I haven't really posted much of this except for my Instagram and Facebook, if you follow me on Instagram and Facebook there. But I got a new truck. Knox, my Equinox that I had, cracked the head. Unfortunately, during the same time that I was actually driving down to Fort Benning to actually in process and get everything good to go for the Army, it ended up cracking a head, so I ended up going to the dealership and buying a new truck. So I have a 4-door 2019 truck that is pulling the race cars as well as making sure that I have all the stuff that I need. So plans for my dad's truck. My dad had we had Christmas. He wanted a new hood for his truck, so I bought him a new hood. We're gonna put a bubble on it, which that's gonna be something really cool, really unique, something he really wanted us to do. And then we're gonna end up repainting the truck. So, future plans for cars. So I got into this thing where my relationship that I have. So we ended up purchasing a new Bug. And how we were talking about daily dubs and meeting new people and everything like that. I have a Bug. The problem is the fender company that actually is supposed to be doing the 2-inch wide fenders on the car, fiberglass, is not able to actually ship out the parts because of COVID-19. So I've had the Bug for about 6 months now. It's been sitting in his shop. We're just waiting on all the parts to get here. So once the parts actually do get here, you'll be seeing more content of actually putting together a 1971 Beetle and being able to actually understand the ins and outs of that car. I've learned a lot from Daily Dubs. Shout out to Rick and Chris down there. Also as well, we have a mystery car, and I can't really talk about this mystery car until we can figure out exactly what we're gonna do with it. It's gonna sit in the garage for quite some time. You might actually see a tarp over it every once in a while, but we're not gonna really discuss it until it comes out that we're gonna do this car. So stay tuned for that one. Future plans, like I said, once I go to retire, we'll be able to start actually moving back to my hometown where all my garage stuff is and everything that I own, and then we'll be able to start going through and doing shop stuff on cars, anything else that we need to get done around the house, and vlogging as well. So I'm going to keep you, the subscriber, informed as to what's going on. I really appreciate the support that everybody has had, and I'm really sorry I haven't posted much. I know it's not fair to the subscribers as well as this. It's really hard for me to actually get out and do something with my dad being the way he is right now. So please just don't lose faith in me. I'm going to continue to keep trying to post more and more YouTube content, and as well, if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell. This way you can get all the latest updates as to when I post. And then I also have a Facebook, it's Pocket Toys, and then I also have an Instagram, it's Pockets Toys as well. I'll link the description of them at the bottom. This way that you can subscribe to that and get the latest photos as to what's going on, build by build. And then as well, I post a lot of TikTok videos, which is small increments of what I do. So I appreciate it. Like I said, don't lose faith in me. And that's it. I appreciate it. I'm out.